So, you have about £100,000 to spend on a nice premium sports coupe. You can either have a front engine car or a rear engine car. Really, there are only two options. You can either go for the legendary Porsche 911 992 edition, or you can save a bit of money and go for the fantastic BMW M4 competition. Let's see which one comes out on top. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the #1 place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So, let's start with the styling at the front of the BMW M4 competition. To start with, it is a lot more announced on arrival than the Porsche 911. This is because of the controversial kidney grills, or as I like to call them, Bugs Bunny teeth or barbecue grills. For me though, I have got used to this design, but it is still very in your face. Lower down we get these thin side vent strips for aerodynamics, and the centre air vent goes all the way into the grille. We get some more aggressive headlights with laser light technology, and we have a different bonnet with more creases in to make it look more menacing. Overall for me though, this design is not discreet and not as premium as the Porsche. Moving to the front of the Porsche 911, we get this classical design with the round headlights, which are unique to any Porsche. We also get some nice creases in the bonnet too. The lower central air vent stretches to the full width of the front, and this also integrates the indicators. The overall design is timeless and classical, which I do quite like. Moving to the side of the BMW M4, we get some noticeable changes over the regular 4 Series. To start with, we get these much wider wheel arches and some more air vents, as well as a different side skirt. We do also get the Hofmeister kink though, and to be honest, the side of the BMW M4 is just as good looking as the Porsche 911 from the side. Moving around to the side of the Porsche, we get this classical and swoopy design that is well known to the Porsche family. We get these wide wheel arches that make the car look muscular, and we also get these sporty wheels which are 1 inch bigger on the back than the front. No matter what trim level you go for, there is loads of customisation options. Wheel colours, styles, and even loads of body colours to choose from to make the Porsche 911 truly unique to you. So, moving around to the back of the BMW M4, and it is not as shouty as the front. We get these slim L-shaped taillights that look modern, and we also have a little boot lip spoiler. We also get an upgraded bumper that mimics the front of the car with these side reflectors. We also have a nice quad exhaust setup with a fake diffuser though. So at the back of the Porsche 911 compared to the M4, it has a much more classical and smooth approach. We get these slats just below the window to aid cooling for the engine. We also get a pop-up spoiler which is much better integrated than the BMW M4. The taillight design is also very modern with this LED light bar and these very thin taillights. We also have the Porsche lettering integrated into the light bar, and you can also opt to have the 911 lettering too. On the bumper we get some black plastic and some grills, as well as some nice looking exhausts. Right, so let's compare the engines in the BMW M4 competition and the Porsche 911. So the BMW M4 uses the legendary S58 engine, which is a 3 litre straight 6 unit. This produces 503 brake horsepower, and it makes the car do 0 to 62 in 3.9 seconds. The car will carry on all the way to a limited 150 mph with top speed though. The power goes through an 8-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. The price of the BMW M4 starts at £82,520. The Porsche 911 Carrera S that we have today on test has a 3 litre flat 6 boxer unit. This has 444 brake horsepower, which is not as much as the BMW M4, but it can do 0 to 62 in 3.7 seconds, and this car will go all the way to 191 miles an hour. The 0 to 62 time can be reduced if you go with the Sports Chrono package to 3.5 seconds now, which is interesting. It has 2 turbos and the power is sent to the rear wheels for an 8-speed PDK dual clutch automatic gearbox or a 7-speed manual, but this reduces the 0 to 62 time to 4.2 seconds, which is still quite quick. The Porsche 911 starts at £97,000, but the Porsche 911 Carrera S starts at £110,000, so you are paying a more premium price for the more premium power. Let's have a look at the inside of both cars now. Moving inside of the BMW M4, and you were welcomed with screens. You have the new iDrive operating system 8 in this car, and like I say with BMWs with this screen setup, it just feels too big for the car. Yes, it sits on the dashboard nice and the software itself is excellent with high-end graphics, but the screen just feels too big and it doesn't make the car feel as driver focused as it did with the iDrive 7 system. We do get a nice premium steering wheel now with your M buttons, where we get this nice carbon fibre effect dashboard trim too. We also get a nice feeling gear shifter. We don't get climate controls like before though, as they are now on the screen like other iDrive 8 cars. Now it depends on what option you have. You can either have these regular seats which are sporty and supportive and feel premium, but you can go for a lightweight option carbon bucket seats which are more supportive, but they are not as comfy on long journeys and are more for track use. They do look much better though, especially with white and black leather colour combination. So getting inside the Porsche 911 and you are welcomed with a completely different feel than the BMW M4. We get this more classical layout which feels much more driver focused. To start with, you get this instrument cluster with this analog rev counter and 2 screens either side of it for your dials. In front of that you get a better steering wheel that feels better in the hand and has a much better design overall. The centre console is also simpler and higher up, so you feel more cocooned in the car, and it also makes you feel like you sit much lower to the ground. The centre console also houses the physical climate control buttons and a small gear switch or a manual gear shifter. The dashboard also has a 3-step layout. You can get a different lower colour, some dashboard material depending on your option, and then you can get your dashboard topper with your Sports Chrono clock. The infotainment system is clear and works very well and is very easy to use and is integrated much better than the M4. The seats in the Porsche are not as comfy as the BMW M4 standard seat, but they are much better than the carbon bucket seats that you can have in the M4. They slot right in the middle, and to be honest I prefer these seats better overall. Let's have a look at the practicality of the M4 and Porsche 911. So sitting in the back of the BMW M4 and you have an issue with the sloping roofline. Legroom is not that bad no, but headroom is not that great and you can only sit 4 people in the back. Getting into the back of the Porsche 911 and you will immediately notice that there is no rear legroom nor headroom. Really, sitting in the back of the Porsche is only meant to be for small children. You can fit a baby seat, but it is difficult to do. Really, if you're going to have more than 2 people in the car, then the BMW M4 beats the Porsche 911 by a mile. Boot size of the BMW M4 is 440 litres with the seats up, and this is more than enough. The boot also opens electronically, which is a nice feature. So opening the boot of the Porsche 911 and you will find an engine. This is because it is a rear engine car. Going round to the front of the boot and you will find a 132 litre boot size. Now this is small, and it is smaller than compared to the Mini R56 JCW I reviewed a while back. The thing is now, you can get customisable bags to maximise as much space as possible, but because the rear seats are worthless, you can store more things in there, making it almost as practical as the BMW M4. So as you may be able to tell the winner, I must say that both cars are great. The BMW M4 has a great design and it is brilliant for the price, but for me the interior design just lets it down. It is not as driver focused as it used to be. The front end design will put some people off too. The Porsche 911 is much more classical and timeless, and the interior is also great. Whilst practicality is not great, you don't buy a Porsche 911 for its practicality. If you want a practical Porsche, then you can go for the Porsche Macan, Cayenne, Panamera or Taycan. Also, the Porsche 911 is more money than the BMW M4 like for like, but you can customise the Porsche a lot more than the BMW. This means that you can truly make it unique to what you would like. And to be honest, if you're going to spend that amount of money on a premium car like that, I would want it as unique as possible. This is why the Porsche 911 992 edition wins this round. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.